wanting friends. He was laughing a little too hard. Because there were a couple of interviews where you guys had Eric saying, yeah, I wasn't there, but I wish I was, when you heard all three of them.
Well, Yao and Dio, Ian, and Gordon, a lot of their scenes are together, and I was jealous of that camaraderie and friendship and that sibling relationship that they had on set. Like Ian and I moved in together, and so he would go to work and then come back and debrief and tell me all of these fun stories, and I was like, yeah, I gotta shave my head tomorrow and then put on the scar for 2 hours at 4 in the morning.
Hey, but throughout, of course, this whole process, I'm sure you're all gonna have more memorable moments together. But speaking of memorable moments, we have our very own questions here from the audience, our good friends from the media, of course, because I can't be the only one making memories, asking questions that I want to ask. So let's go, of course, to some of our questions from the media. First off, we have from Jeremy Franco from Australia. Thank you so much for this question. Who on set was most like their character in real life? Gordon, I want to go to you with this. Who? He's the furthest though, from what I hear.
That's a complete joke. No bias or anything, but definitely me. I feel like I'm biased. Come on, Dallas.
I've got to say either Yao and Dio or Ian. Ian is a very protective older brother when it comes to these two especially, and you guys have seen him in like these other interviews and things. He's so funny. Like when I was like stressing out about the show and I think we're really worried about expectations, Ian was like the only person that I had there to comfort me outside of like obviously Uncle Iro and like our creative team. He was the person that I could be flat out honest with about everything. And then Yao and Dio, man, the way she has to like put Gordon in check, she's a real older sister to him for that, and she's the most caring person that I've met.
You guys are really a family, and it does make a lot of us jealous, and I'm sure it'll come out on screen. But we do have another question here from, of course, Daniel from dunyahu.com. From Indonesia, can you share any fun stories about action stunts during filming? Because I'm sure there were a bunch of them, and you had to imagine some, I'm sure. So why don't we go with Dallas? Let's start with you this time.
During the Agni Kai, my wig fell off like a ton. I would like do a flip, and then I'd just be like bald with the like little 3 inches of hair that I had on my head. And like even, it's funny because like Netflix was like, hey Dallas, you should wear a beanie when going out in public. I was like, who wants to walk out in public with like these diamond-shaped 4 inches of hair on your head? So I got very used to a beanie.
I'm sure that was supposed to be funny, like, yeah, this was a great take, but wait, my wig fell off.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's it. What about you, Gordon? I'm sure you had your own share, because, man, you had to do quite a lot of scenes for this one.
I mean, wait, can you repeat that question, actually?
Well, for stunts, of course. I mean, throughout this whole process, I'm sure you had fun stories about stunts and sequences. What among those stood out to you?
Okay, we had so many fun stunts. Let's see. There was this one scene, I can't get too deep because, leaking stuff and gotta keep my mouth shut, but there's this one day where I had like this wire rig attached to my back and they had to pull me up like 50 feet, like super fast at like 60 kilometers an hour. And that was really scary. It was memorable, but it was terrifying. And the look on my face was pretty accurate. I wasn't even acting. I was just screaming and yelling, "Get me down!"
Got a real taste of airbending there.
Yeah. That was memorable though.
I think we need everything you guys are talking about. We need photos and videos. We need proof of these. So after the series comes out, hopefully we get some bloopers for this. But let's move on to somebody from the Philippines. We have Manila from the Philippines, of course. Thank you so much for this question. Can you share with us a story of when you found out that you got the role and who broke it to you? Gordon, I gotta go to you for this one.
Tears, crying, happiness. I'm sorry, I'm doing this in single words. Okay. When I actually booked the role, they pulled me in for I think what was called Getting to Know You. You guys actually had, what was it called?
I didn't, but Ian and Galandia, or no, maybe not Galandia, but Ian had a personality test.
I didn't have a personality test. They said it was between me and a few other people, and they want to get to know me. So I went in there, and they start talking. I have no clue what's going on. And they end up getting into them saying, we searched the whole world for Aang. Like, the whole world. And then we found him. And you live 15 minutes away from the studio. And I was really confused. I had no clue what's going on. I'm like, you found him? That's a really mean way of telling me I didn't get the role. But eventually I figured out, they said, no, you booked it, Gordon. I figured out I booked it. There's a lot of tears, a lot of crying, a lot of emotional words. And
Crying about booking a job, even though not knowing what Avatar the Last Airbender was. Because
No, you go.
he wasn't born yet.
Oh yeah, and for those of you that don't know, so he wasn't born yet, but after he found out he booked the job, he watched it 26 times and more.
You heard that? Right? Come on, where's the hype at?
Yeah, come on! This is our Avatar here, 26 times and more. Ah man, I wait, you stopped counting at 26, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say roughly like 35.
Oh
I'm not even gonna lie.
That's commitment, if I've ever seen it. But of course, Dallas, you had a different experience, I'm sure, when you found out. Like, were you at home? Were you in the studio? Did they play with you a little bit when you found out you got the role?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly so messed up because it was my own agents and manager that were messing with me. So I had a final test, basically, and my manager had called me about 4 hours prior, and she was like, all right, so it's between you and this one other guy, and he's really handsome, and he's such a talented actor, and he's actually a better martial artist than you, so really lock in here, okay, bud? And I was like, yeah, no pressure. Yeah, and then I got on the call, and very, very same thing as Gordon. They had told me that they had found their Juno, and they had given us fake sides and a fake script. I'm sure you guys have heard this story, but each character sort of had a code name and their own set of sides. Mine had to do with how much I was trying to receive my father's approval, and I was like, the character's name was Juno. I was like, not. I think I know who this is, guys. So when they broke it to me, they're like, "You're Zuko." I was like, "I know." Yeah. So yeah, lots of tears, very emotional, and this was all during COVID, so I was just excited to have a job more than anything.
But it's honestly like I think you got the facial expression down. I know. I know.
Yeah.
And Paul has that funny story too, right? He actually thought it was for a basketball show.
Yeah.
So they gave him to play like a basketball player or something like that. But of course, we have one specific question here for Gordon. This is from Inquirer.net. Hannah Malwarker from the Philippines. Thank you so much. Aang went through so much loss, yet maintained his peaceful way of settling the war. What were some of the things you had to consider when bringing this character to life?
Well, first things first. I keep on wanting to say stuff that I can't say. Season 1 is kind of just the beginning, so I can't fully say that we've settled the war yet. But, yeah, I'm sorry. Wait.
So, wait and see.
Yeah, I think what's beautiful about it is that we don't, nobody really does an impersonation of these animated characters. I think each person is really able to ground them and bring them to life in a way that still feels very familiar, but you're getting to see real human beings interact with these elements and these creatures in this world. So I'm really excited for you guys all to see it, especially the fight scenes. I know you guys are stoked for that, but yeah.
Yeah, and you, of course, cheer for the fight scenes, everybody. I heard some cheers over there. Because I saw some of of your pieces, and I heard that you had to get extra flexible for this, for training, and you had to do more of the martial arts that you had a background of throughout this whole process. Now, I do have just one more question here before we have something special to show both of you. This is from Gia Hong from the Philippines. For Dallas, you debuted as an actor at a young age and have gone through many roles with different personalities. What is a piece of advice you can give to Gordon as a bit of an older brother actor? Something maybe personally shared with him, or something funny, or something you never took seriously?
Something that was, I think, it is vital to every actor and actress, not just Gordon, but having a strong support system, whether that's your family, your childhood friends, or even your own team. I think to have a strong base in your heart is extremely important because of the nature of the industry, right? And especially with a fandom like Avatar: The Last Airbender, although many of us are supportive of what we're doing at Netflix, there is an opposite side to that, as always. But I hope that, the people who are supporting you at home keep your chin up and give you strong words of affirmation and continue to champion you through your journey.
Okay, so please, that deserves an awe, because please give him a round of applause. Honestly, I'm supposed to be professional here, but that almost brought me to tears. So you are a great actor, my friend. But of course, why don't we give them a big round of applause?